This is the podcast of the feedback of Lewis Mifflin's fitness testing. In his aerobic endurance test of the multi-stage fitness, he scored a level 8. This level 8 is an average, but for Lewis's current position, this is an area for improvement, as average is not good enough for a student at a football academy. The impact on this is negative because he needs to be fitter to be able to last longer during games. And Lewis believes he would have done better with this test if he hadn't have done all the other fitness testings before. The fact is that the other factors that could have affected Lewis during this test were that we only had 5 minutes to warm up, and there could possibly have been an injury or an illness at this time which could have also affected the result. The next test we did was the muscular endurance test, which is the 1 minute press up test. Lewis scored a 45 press ups in 1 minute. This is above average and is a strength for him in his current position. The positives is that he's able to last longer at a higher intensity with his muscles, as in like running around a football pitch with his legs without it tiring out, and it has a high validity towards this sport, and so it can test how long he can actually go. One of the key factors that influenced this score was the motivation, as we did this in large groups and were able to motivate each other to at least push more press ups out in the minute. The next test was the 35 metre sprint test. Lewis did this in 5.19 seconds. This rating is, compared to the normative table, is a fair rating, but for Lewis it is an improvement area. This has a negative impact on sport, as he's a striker and he needs to be able to sprint quicker away from the defenders and try and score a goal. This has probably one of the biggest impacts on the sport, on Lewis's sport, as he needs to be able to do this a lot faster, a lot quicker, to be able to try and score more goals. The factors that could have affected this is the first test we did, and the warm-up we didn't do a correct warm-up. We went straight into the activity without stretching, and this was our pulse raiser. The next test was power, which is a vertical jump. Lewis scored 47 centimetres, which is an average. Again, this is an improvement area for Lewis, as he would need to be able to push himself off the ground using his legs to try and win the headers against defenders and to try and score. This power is also affected when he tries to push himself away and get a quick burst of acceleration away to try and get the ball. This can be affected by injury mainly, as this test it involves multiple muscle groups with the swinging of the arms and the pushing off the ground with your feet. One of the last tests we did was the flexibility sit and reach test. Lewis scored a total of 21 centimetres. This is an excellent score compared to the normative tables. This is a strength. This has a positive impact. Flexibility was one of the last 2 tests that we did. Lewis scored 21. This is an excellent rating compared to the normative table, and a strength in Lewis's position. This has a positive impact on Lewis's sports performance, as it can allow him to make certain shots such as volleys and get better direction and angling on them. This also has a positive effect, as he tries to, as the test covers certain things in the football game that you wouldn't think they would, like such as turning, jumping, and being able to lean back and reach for headers. In this test, motivation was the key factor again, as we did this test as well in a large group, and we were able to motivate each other to try and push it as far as possible. The last test we did was the muscular strength hang grip test. Lewis scored 41, which is a fair rating. This is a strength for Lewis and has a positive impact on his sports performance. But however, it only focuses on a certain muscle group, so it doesn't have much of an impact on his sports performance. If it focused on more muscle groups, it would allow us to see how strong Lewis actually is and see if he has got the muscular strength to be able to compete at higher levels. Factors that affected that, not many factors did affect this result, but he could have an injury or something that we didn't know about which could have affected his score. But however, he did do a positive score, so there was not anything to be concerned about.